The situation in Rafah, a humanitarian crisis. The Gaza Strip, a coastal region in the Middle East, has been embroiled in a protracted conflict between Israel and Palestine. Recently, the situation in Rafah, a city in southern Gaza, has deteriorated significantly, with devastating consequences for its inhabitants. Following an Israeli ground invasion, Rafah has been left in ruins, with widespread destruction of homes, infrastructure, and vital facilities. The city's two hospitals, already overwhelmed with injured civilians, have been forced to shut down after Israeli attacks, leaving thousands without access to medical care. The humanitarian toll is staggering, with over 36,000 Palestinians killed, the majority of whom are women and children. The streets are littered with decomposing bodies, as the Israeli military has bulldozed a makeshift graveyard, leaving families without a place to bury their loved ones. The international community has condemned Israel's actions, calling for an immediate ceasefire and sanctions against the Israeli government. The United Nations has described the situation as a humanitarian crisis, urging both sides to allow aid to reach those in need. As the situation in Rafah continues to deteriorate, the world watches in horror, urging a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The people of Rafah deserve nothing less. Rafah is a city located in the southern Gaza Strip near the border with Egypt. It is the capital of the Rafah Governorate of the State of Palestine. Rafah has a population of approximately 171,189 people. Rafah has a history stretching back thousands of years. It was first recorded in an inscription of Egyptian pharaoh Seti I in 1303 BCE. In 720 BCE, it was the site of the Assyrian king Sargon II's victory over the Egyptians. In 217 BCE, the Battle of Rafah was fought between the victorious Ptolemy IV and his father's predecessor, Ptolemy III. Rafah has been the site of intense bombing by Israeli troops, resulting in the deaths of at least 45 Palestinians. The city was previously declared a humanitarian zone, and the bombing has caused widespread destruction and displacement. The Israeli military launched its incursion into Rafah in early May, despite international objections over the fate of Palestinian civilians. A strike over the weekend that started a fire and killed dozens in a displacement camp drew a wave of new condemnation, including a social media campaign with the slogan, "All Eyes on Rafah," that has been shared by tens of millions of users. The situation in Rafah. The city of Rafah has been heavily affected by the conflict. Residents have reported intense artillery shelling and gunfire in Gaza's far southern city after Israel said it had seized a strategic corridor on the Palestinian territory,